All right, well, welcome to the call. Finally got our technical difficulties handled. And I don't know if everybody has met Eric Johnson yet, but Eric is part of Teamzy. He is Teamzy. I went to the conference last time saying I'm going to get to know this Teamzy people and figure out what they are and have them do a call for us. So Bob and I sat down, and lo and behold, two guys sat in front of me with T-shirts on that said Teamzy. So I tapped them on the back and I said, looks like you're Teamzy fans. And they said, we are Teamzy. So that's how I met Eric. So here he is. And I've been on the website, but I certainly don't understand it all. I know that we have several people on our team using it and loving it. So Eric, I'm just going to turn you loose. And I think they're expecting about 25 minutes or so, if you want to do that, or less, really whatever you want to do to give them an introduction to get them.
Right. Beautiful. I'll just take it from there. Welcome everybody to the call. Thank you very much. You guys can tune in as long as you want. If I go past, you can leave. That's cool. We're going to record it. I'm going to give you guys as much content and as much value as I can tonight. So thank you very much for having me, Sue and Levi. Thank you. It was great to meet you guys at conference. All right. So my name's Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm really excited to be here with you guys tonight. I'm going to take you through, I'm going to show you Teamzy, show you how easy it is to set up. I mean, honestly, it's made for people who are not technically minded. It's going to make your life easier, not more complicated. Okay. So that's really cool. Teamzy will also let you get all your DMO done in less than 1 hour a day so that you can do it consistently. A couple things that are cool about it. Now, one of the most important things, and Barry popped on while we were waiting and kind of made a comment, and it's the truth, is Teamzy is based on an approach to the business called relationship marketing. It's really built to help you build relationships in a systemized way. And so I'm going to take a few minutes tonight to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing and how we leverage that approach in Teamzy to help you build your business. Then I'll take you into Teamzy. We'll set it up. I'll show you how you can do a power hour. You know, you're less than an hour. 15, 20 minutes a day, you can get everything done, all your contacts done. And then we'll do a Q&A. If you guys have questions at the end, you can feel free to stay on and do the Q&A. So let's jump right in. And I am recording the call. So if we go too fast or anything like that, we've got it all recorded. By tomorrow, you guys will have the playback link. So this is my presentation tonight, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss, okay? My backstory, for those of you who haven't met me, I come from the industry of coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business consultant for 16 years. And what I specialize in is helping people build their business. I'm new to direct sales, network marketing, kind of fell into it by accident just a few years ago. I found some products that really helped me personally, and I loved what they did for me. And I took a look at it kind of as a side hustle, you know, and I thought, wow, this is kind of a great opportunity to create another stream of income in my life. And so when I started really looking at the business opportunity, here's what I realized. I don't have a lot of time. I've got 4 kids. I had a full-time career at the time. I know a lot of you can probably relate to that. So I needed to find tools to help me leverage my time so that I could get everything I needed to done in less than an hour a day. That was the only way I could make this business work. And so I went looking for tools. I figured, 35 million people in the US alone doing direct sales. I figured there had to be tools to help us leverage our time, but I didn't find anything, nothing compelling, and certainly nothing based on building relationships. See, everybody talks about building relationships in our industry, but very few people actually do it. So we built Teamzy. Long story short, we built Teamzy because it just wasn't there and we needed it. So I just want to give you a little background on this. In just over 3 years since we launched Teamzy, in just over 3 years, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazingly humbling to even tell you that stat. And our active users are averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Okay, so the active users are averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Not bad. The best part of this is we're proud to be endorsed by the Juice Plus company, which was, again, an incredible honor to receive that endorsement. And if you didn't know that, we are endorsed by the mothership. Not only that, but they've negotiated a discount. So you can actually get Teamzy for more than a third off what everyone else in the industry pays for it, which is really amazing. Okay. And of course, if you're not using Teamzy, you can go to that website right there, teamzy.com/JP, to start a free trial for 30 days. Okay. So I want to let you know I'm very proud to be endorsed by Juice Plus. I'm also proud to endorse Juice Plus. Got my first tower garden this spring. Here's my garden and here's my tower. And my first experience with bok choy, I had no idea it could grow that big on the tower. Pretty cool. So I'm a very excited ambassador for you guys as well. Okay, so let's jump into this. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? A lot of people think that relationship marketing is just selling things to your friends, right? But I want you to understand that relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system, okay? And that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiries into the products or services of a business. I know it's kind of like a boring business school definition, but you need to know that you are not salespeople for Juice Plus. You are business owners. And the first decision a business owner needs to make is, which lead generation system will I use for my business, okay? Your business as the business owner is lead generation. That's your business, to generate new leads for your business, okay? Doesn't matter how busy you were today, how many customers you helped, how many people you signed up. If you're not doing work to generate new leads for the business, you didn't work on your business today. You were just busy. All right, next principle that I want you to get down is this: developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, your job is to generate leads, meet people, so that you can develop relationships with them. Okay? Other people will tell you need to generate leads so that you can create sales. No, you need to develop leads so you can create relationships. It's an important shift. You need to understand this is where the magic is in the system, because we turn relationships into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by providing time and outstanding service. With relationship marketing, you're not just connecting with people looking for a sale or a recruit. You're creating an army of advocates. Every single person in the world, whether or not they're interested in Juice Plus, can be an advocate for you and your business. You just need to start thinking that way. Okay, here's the next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Okay, and all of the things that are so often taught in our industry, the things that have made you feel uncomfortable, you know, you're like, oh, I don't really feel comfortable saying that, or that doesn't feel genuine to me. That's because it wasn't. See, this industry teaches people to kind of be tricky, teaches people to cultivate curiosity. It teaches people to basically just not be authentically you. I want you to know with relationship marketing, you need to be authentic. You need to be you. You don't need to do any of those icky things, because trust makes this work fun. When you build trust, you don't have to sell people. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to trick them. You don't have to cultivate curiosity. You can get right to helping them. Also, trust takes that ickiness out. You'll never be an icky salesperson. If you're focused on building trust and serving people, you will never be seen as an icky salesperson. You don't need to worry about that. And finally, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Instead of looking at no's and counting rejections towards your yes, you get to focus on the positive relationships you're contributing to every single day. So how do you build trust? How do you actually do it? I'm going to share with you today the 4 essential ingredients to building trust, okay? So that you can get started right away with this on your business tonight even. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 essential ingredient to building trust is competence. Okay, number 3 is competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, let's just break these out really quickly. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? So many, let me just put it this way. This is a simple one. Nobody likes to do business with someone they don't like. True? And everybody would rather do business with a friend. So spend some time to find the common ground. Find out what you have in common with people so you can make a connection with them. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Okay? Please notice something about this definition. You don't have character. You don't have character. Character is an action. It's a verb. It's something you do. Character is something you do. We think of it as something we have, and we get offended if someone questions our character. As a business owner, and as a human being, quite honestly, it's your job to demonstrate your character every day in the way you interact with your customers, how you follow up with people or not, right? how you talk to people, how you treat people who serve you out in the world, how you, I always say this one because it gets under my skin. Do you return the shopping cart in the parking lot? These are things that are part of your brand and your character, and they are imbued in how you do your business. You need to demonstrate your care for others. How you post on social media needs to demonstrate your character, how you're caring for others, right? Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. If you want me to trust you, I need to know you're competent. Do you know what you're talking about? Do you understand how Juice Plus nutrition works? Can you explain it to me? Do you know how to set up my tower garden? Can you help me with this? When I set up my tower garden, I was attacked by everything you can imagine. Snails. One day it was snails. The next day it was something else. And luckily, I had somebody in my corner who knew what they were talking about. Are you competent? And when I want to join your team, do I feel like you actually know how to do this business? Can you mentor me in this business? Do I want to choose you as my sponsor? Now, real quick on competence. Competence is something you should always be working on. You should always be improving. You should always be learning and absorbing more information. But if you're new to the business, you simply don't have it yet. It's so important that you don't pretend you do. This whole fake it till you make it thing, that is disingenuous. Don't fake anything. If you're new, tell people, I'm new. But lean into the competence of your team. Lean into the competence of your upline. Let them know that you're part of an organization that has all the knowledge, that has all the experience that they need to be successful as a customer, to be successful as a distributor. Okay, chemistry, character, competence. One principle on these 3 before I move on to number 4 that I want you guys to understand. If somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? And when you come up against objections in your business, and the objection could be to anything, could be to an ingredient in the product, it could be money objections, doesn't matter. All objections come from these 3 questions. These 3 questions are heart questions. They're felt more than they're asked. And the only way to overcome these over time is to work on the relationship, to invest in the relationship, which is exactly what we're going to be talking about and showing you how to do tonight. Number 4, the number 4 ingredient to creating trust is consistency. Probably the most important one, right? I mean, don't tell me, show me, right? And show me consistently. It's so important. How many of you have kids? Would you say it's important for your kids to trust you, to see you being consistent? Totally. Hey, if you've successfully raised human beings, you can build this business. You can create a huge team. It's the same principles. Just want you guys to know. But people will remember when you were inconsistent, just like your kids. You give your kids ice cream for breakfast once, be prepared to do it again. They'll remember. Make sense? Consistency is so important. I love this principle about consistency too. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. What's great about being consistent is not only does it build trust, but it attracts people to you. When people see you committing to a healthy lifestyle, when they see you really, over time, still building the business, still working on your goals, still working on creating your dreams, they want to join you because they want to be around it. They respect consistency and desire it for themselves. This is why you'll hear people tell you, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring to me. So inspiring what you're doing. Like, me? I'm inspiring you? It's the consistency, guys. It's the consistency. Just real quick, raise your hands if you're consistently use your Juice Plus every day. How many of you guys take your Juice Plus every day? Should be everybody, right? And people see you doing that. How many of you are pretty consistent about sharing your journey and what you're doing on social media? People are aware of what you're doing. See, these are all really important things for people to see you being consistent. Oh, I'm going to share this book with you really quick. This is just this is where this principle comes from. One of my favorite books. So you can add this to your personal development list. It's such a great read. It's called Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion. If you guys haven't read that, you should add that to your list. Anyone who wants to be a leader in this business should read this book. Such a good one. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about is, as Zig Ziglar would say, the real checkup from the neck up is this. Are you as consistent with your relationships as you are taking your Juice Plus every day or posting on social media? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people? Relationship building is a contact sport. If you want to build relationships, there's only one way to do it. You have to be in regular contact with people. You have to be in regular contact with people. If you hired me as a consultant to your business and said, Eric, what is the key thing I need to do to build this business? I would say you need to stay in regular contact with everybody you know. But I know your time is scarce. That's why I'm going to show you how to do it in just minutes a day. But here's the principle you guys need to understand. And this is a huge one. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Just really quickly, I'm just going to, if your cameras are off, pop them on for a second. Just want to see your faces. Now, really quickly, how many of you have ever received a card or a letter from somebody that you love and it had a beautiful handwritten message in it? Have you ever received something like that and it really moved you emotionally, touched your heart? How many of you have received that? Hopefully everybody. And I always say, if you have not received something like that, put your address in the chat so we can write you one today, because everyone needs to get cards like that. Okay, so when you get a beautiful card, I know Father's Day is coming up. Some of you are probably writing a beautiful card for your fathers, right? What do you do after you get that card? How many of you are like, oh, that was so nice, and then crumble it up, throw it right in the trash can? Let me see hands for anyone who's able to throw away those cards. A couple people do it sometimes. How many of you have a stash of cards or letters somewhere that you haven't been able to get rid of? And you wish you could get rid of them, right? Especially when you move. We just recently moved into our dream home in October. And we've got boxes of cards that we've accumulated over the years. And it's like, should I recycle these? You just can't get rid of them. They have a lingering value. In fact, if you go to that special stash tonight and pull one out at random and read it, you'll find the emotional impact's probably even greater now than it was the first time you received it. The other thing that's amazing about these is when we pass away, what do our kids keep? What do our grandkids keep? They keep the cards and letters, don't they? They treasure them. Now, here's another question for you. How many of you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard from my life insurance salesperson. You guys ever get one of these? I see a couple smiles. It's kind of nice, right? To get a little happy birthday note from somebody. How many of you save this in the special place? These go right in the trash, right? No problem. In fact, how many of you like drive into your house through the garage? Do you guys do that? Some of you? Do you have a trash can in the garage where most of the mail goes before it comes in the house? You guys have one of those? Yeah. This doesn't even make it in, right? What's the difference between this and the other cards? This violates both parts of the principle. This required no investment of time. It's a bulk mailing, right? It required no investment of time. And it's not personal. It's not one-on-one. It's not a personal connection, and it required no investment of time. We place no value on it. What we value most is when someone connects one-on-one and invests time. Now, do you need to spend 5 minutes writing somebody a card every time you connect with them? No, of course not. Though, of course, you should do that whenever you can. A handwritten card is saved forever, right? But if you can invest 1 or 2 or 3 seconds sending somebody a message on text or Facebook Messenger, one-on-one, not a post on your wall, but a one-on-one message connecting with somebody, it has value. And it has enough value that you can make somebody's day. And I'm going to teach you guys tonight how we use Teamzy to get in the make someone's day mindset. The starting place of our business is making other people's day, which, by the way, is awesome for you. How awesome does it feel to go make 20 people's day? It feels amazing. And it starts this whole emotive momentum for your business in a really great place, okay? So you just need to remember that principle. I'm going to jump into Teamzy here and show it to you guys now. That investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships, okay? But you can't just love these principles. Oh, I like what you're saying, Eric. You're talking right to me. This is great. You got to have a system. You got to have a system to this, okay? Because what happens is nobody can be consistent, the fourth piece of building trust, without a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, okay? You need to know when to contact them and when not to contact them. You need a system just to tell you what to do, basically, right? So you don't have to spend all your time thinking and planning. Also, know what to say so you don't get stuck staring at the screen wondering, oh my gosh, what am I going to message to this person? I haven't talked to them since high school. How do I even start? You need to know how to make somebody's day and get the conversation started quickly so you don't get stuck. And then make sure nobody falls through the cracks. Okay, make sure nobody falls through the cracks. If we have time today, I'll even teach you guys a little bit about following up. Most people in this business, even the ones that are good at it, waste about 80% of their prospects because they don't follow up properly. They fall through the cracks. All right, so let's jump out real quick. I'll show you Teamzy. Hold on a second, I lost my thing. Here we go. All right, hold on a second, guys. Just gotta find the screen. And I've got all these messages open. Okay. Okay, so here's Teamzy. So for those of you who are not using Teamzy, you can get a free trial for 30 days with Teamzy. It's completely free, full access for a month. You go to teamzy.com/JP, start your free trial, okay? After the 30 days, it's $19.95 a month, less than $1, less than, what is that, 60 cents a day, something like that to have Teamzy. So that's special Juice Plus pricing. So go to Teamzy and get your free trial. When you first log into the free trial, it brings you to the setup wizard. That's where I am right now on the screen. This is to help people like me, if you're like me, set this up without it being difficult, okay? So this leads you through, there's a little welcome video from me. Let's skip that. This leads you through the setup. The first thing you're gonna do is set your income goal. What do you want your annual income to look like in this business? And 12 months from now. So you're looking 12 months in the future, what would you like your income to be? Not what you think you could do or whatever, but what you actually want it to be. So you can see I've set my goal for $150,000 a year. Now, if you slide this, you can change your goal, okay, up or down. And it changes, notice it changes how many people you need to connect with every day to make it happen. So I highly recommend wherever you are in your business, you should at least set this goal for 6 figures, because I'm going to show you that if you're brand new to the business, setting your goal for $100,000 is going to take you 15 minutes a day in Teams. Okay? It's going to make it so easy. For those of you, and I know I've got some leaders on this team who have large organizations, for you guys, your special instruction is set this goal for the difference in income you want to see in a year, the growth you want to see. All right, so once we have it set, I'm going to click continue. Now, did you notice that, here, let me just refresh this page because it's been sitting here too long. It's telling me now to get to 150,000, I need to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 of the distributors on my team each day, okay? So those are gonna be my daily targets. I'll explain that as we go. Let's continue. The next step for setting up is we're gonna get all your contacts into Teamzy, okay? So we're gonna have everybody there in one place. How many of you are chasing around sticky notes or pads of paper that you can't find when it's time to connect with people? This will put them all in one place. Teamzy is a CRM, that's a customer relationship management system. It's going to organize everybody in there for you. So you're going to get your back office lists into Teamzy. You'll get your distributor list, your customer list, okay? You can even get all your Facebook friends into Teamzy. These little buttons here are tutorials on how to do it, okay? So they give you like the full step-by-step. Again, this is for people that are not techie, so it'll help you through it. So we'll get everybody in there. All right, and I wanted you guys to see one more thing. For those of you who are really intimidated about setting up a piece of technology like this, we have the most amazing help team. See this little help button right here in the bottom right? You click that and send us a message. The team will help us. You can even set up a one-on-one Zoom with one of my support staff. They'll actually walk you through the setup personally so that you can get it done if you're worried about that. Okay. So now we've got everything done. We've got one more step to do before we're ready to do our power hour. So the last step we need to do is we need to assign ranks. We need to prioritize our list. Notice that everyone on my list has a number next to their name. That's their rank. It's their star rating. How many of you have ever rated a pizza on Yelp or read the reviews on Amazon, right? We use 5-star rating for everything. So we're going to do the same thing with our people. Let me show you how we do this real quick. On the team page, the team page is where your full Rolodex lives, your whole list of people. See how everyone's there? What we're going to do in rank mode, and you only really need to do this one time to get set up, and then you can change ranks as you go if you need to, but you need to do this one time so that Teamzy can intelligently create your power hour list each day. So in rank mode, it enables everybody's star rating right next to their name, okay? And if I want to change someone's rank, I just click on it, okay? This is super important. I want you guys to understand. Let's say you have 2,000 people that you're connected to with your Facebook friends and your back office and everything. It might be more than that. If you don't prioritize your list, Teamzy's not going to give priority to anybody as far as how often they come up onto your dashboard. What happens is this, and we want you guys to understand. In your business, 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships. Does this make sense? 20% of your relationships will bring 80% of your business. That's because they trust you the most. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down this list and we're going to look for the people that we like, the ones we feel good about, the ones we think trust us, the ones we think might do this well in this business. And we're going to rank them up high, 4 and 5 stars. Okay. So they come up on our list first. So let me explain to you what these ranks mean real quick, and then we'll do a power hour. So in the Teamzy system, a 5-star person, that's somebody who's most likely to become a customer or a distributor. Or maybe they're already on your team. Maybe they're already a customer. They're just like rock stars, right? Or these are your best friends, your closest family members. 5-star people you feel the best about. They're going to come up on your list automatically every 30 days. You're going to get a reminder to connect and make their day. 4-star people are people you feel are likely maybe to become a distributor or a customer with a little bit of nurturing. Okay. Or these are the consistent people on your team, your good customers. These are your friends and family, just not your closest circle. Okay. 4-star people show up on your list automatically every 60 days. They just cycle through every 60 days. Okay. You'll get a reminder to connect and make their day. 3 stars could go either way. Who knows? 3 stars, like the people you don't know, they could go either way. Almost the vast majority of people on your list will be 3 stars. And they show up on your list every 90 days. So even those people who you don't feel that connected to, you're still going to connect 4 times a year in Teamzy with them. So you're going to stay in touch, okay? Automatically. You don't have to set follow-ups or anything. You just turn on, it just cycles them. Does this make sense? 2 stars could be getting a little bit colder. These are the people, maybe sometimes you don't even know who they are. They're just on your list. Like, how did I become Facebook friends with this person? They show up every 120 days. Does this make sense? The more stars, the more often. Why is this so important? Because now, once you've done this, you never have to plan ever again. You never have to think. You just go into Teamzy, whether it's on your phone or your computer, and you connect with whoever's up next. You just take the thinking out of it. And once you get into this systematic connection, the systematic of making people's day every day, you start creating tremendous momentum in your business. So let me show you how to do this. We're all set up to go. Here's the Teamzy dashboard. You can see the goals we set and set up. My goal is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. You can see I've got all zeros. I haven't done anything yet. There's 2 additional goals I haven't talked about yet. There's the goal of invites. This is where I'm inviting somebody to join my team. I'm inviting somebody to come to an event. I'm inviting somebody to get the products or learn about the products. I'm going to invite people to the business when they're interested. I don't believe in cold inviting. So we're going to make people's day. I'll explain what we do. We make people's day. As we uncover interest, then we invite them. Those are the people we follow up with. And then ads. These are just new people I'm adding. You can see I added a new person to my list today. I added Levi to my list today. So you always want to be adding new people to your list in Teamzy, okay? So here's where the work is done. The Power Hour module, right here in the center, the Power Hour module. See that? On the left side of the Power Hour module, it has my 4 lists, my prospects, my customers, my distributors, and my follow-ups, okay? Each list only gives me 5 names at a time. That's by design. That's to keep me focused and to keep me from getting overwhelmed. Remember, everybody is in Teamzy. I can look anybody up and they're all on the team page, but my Power Hour keeps me focused on who's up next. So on the right-hand side is where I log the information as I go. I log the conversation as I go so I don't have to come back later and log stuff. Who wants to do homework? This is to help you be super efficient. Make sense? Okay, so let's do it together. I personally like to message people on Facebook because I find that I get the best response rate there. But however you want to connect with people, when you connect with somebody in Teamzy, you can log whatever you want. You can log emails, texts, Instagram, Snapchats, LinkedIn, Voxers, phone calls, in person, whatever. Okay? You can log anything. But I'm going to demonstrate with Facebook because that's where I like to live. So I've got the first person on my list is Levi. So I'm going to reach out to Levi. My goal is just to connect. That's it. Just to connect and make his day, get him to smile. And if I'm lucky, he'll respond and we can have a conversation. So how do you do that? This is where I used to get totally stuck. I'd stare at people's Facebook page or their Instagram feed and try to think, okay, how am I going to connect with this person? Especially if it had been a long time since we'd talked. And what I found is a simple icebreaker script works the best. And so we've put those in Teamzy for you. They're already there for you to use. So right here, see where it says scripts right here in the connect box? I'm going to click on that and just grab a script that I can quickly use. So look, I'm just going to grab the first one on the list, connect number 1. Here's the script. It says, hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Super simple. Super simple. So we're going to copy that script. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paste it in here so I can edit it. Obviously, his name's not Jane. He might laugh if I send him that one. Right. So I get the name in there right. I need to put a couple of emoticons. Let's see here, you know. Let's see. I like emoticons. My emoticon keyboard's not going that fast. There we go. Look, so I got some emoticons. Now I've got the message just the way I want it. Don't overthink it. It's already written to work. Now I've copied that. I'm just going to toggle over to Facebook and actually send that to him on Facebook. Okay. There you go. Send the message. Paste that in there. So Teamzy's now told me connect with Levi. It's helped me with what to say to him. I'm just going to send it now. Boom, that message is sent. And now I'm logging it in Teamzy that I did it. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to press the button, the blue button that says log connect. See that big button? Boom, now it's gone and done. Now notice on my dashboard, 1 is done. I've got 8 left. Where did Levi go in Teamzy? He's back on my list for 30 days from now. If he responds to me, we'll have a conversation. If he doesn't, I'll message him again in 30 days. Next person on my list is Jay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just use the same script. It's already in my on my clipboard and just change the name. Keep my emoticons and everything. See, I'm getting faster. Hi, Jay. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. It's so simple. There's no reason to redo it. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to send Jay a message. Okay, there she is. Just send that message in Facebook. Again, you can send it however you want. I could text her. Send it on Instagram if that's where I connect with her. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to log it in Teamzy. Facebook message, log connect. 2 done, 7 left. Next person on the list is Stacy. I'm just going to go down my list until I hit my goal. My goal is to send 9 messages, okay, today to prospects. Now, here's what I want you guys to know. A couple pro tips on this. Some people won't respond. In fact, if you're getting 50% response rate, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Be excited about that. So for the people who don't respond, don't give them a second thought. Why do you not have to worry about the people who don't respond? Because they're going to come back automatically in Teamzy down the road. Don't worry about them. Talk to the people who do respond. Now, my second pro tip is some people will respond immediately. Don't leave your power hour to go have a conversation with them right now. Stay focused, get all your outgoing messages done, and then go back and have those conversations. Just put it off for 10 or 15 minutes to get all this done, okay? When I'm done with my prospects for today, my goal was 9. This little circle will turn all the way blue, and I'll go to the next list, which is customers. Now I'm going to connect with my customers the same way. First customer on my list is Brandy. Do I need to look up all her information in back office and get really deep into everything? Not really. I just need to connect with her. I need to just be in touch with her, just to be available to her. So again, I'll go to scripts and just grab something quick that I can send to her. How about this one? Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know if it could be of help. Okay, great. I'm going to copy that one. Boom. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to change her name. Brandy, how are you enjoying your tower? Okay. Send me an update. Let me know if it can be of help. Simple. Don't overthink it. We just need to be present. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll send that in Facebook and log it here. Move on to the next person, which is Amanda. Keep connecting with my customers. Now, just really quick on this. My goal was 6 customers. So I'm going to connect with 6 of my customers today. Let Teamzy just tell me who's up next. It's fine. And be in touch with them. Couple of things I want to just highlight about this because so many trainers focus on prospecting. How many times have you ever heard that? It's prospecting, prospecting, prospecting. Prospecting is huge. It's important. But connecting with customers is equally as important. How many of you wish you did a better job of staying in touch with your customers? It's okay. You can admit to it. Here's what I want you guys to understand. Do you see how easy it'll be with Teamzy? You don't need to create a complicated follow-up system. I know a lot of you train. I don't want to step on any toes. You know, the complicated follow-up systems for customers are very hard to duplicate because people fall behind and then they're overwhelmed. They never start again. If you can just stay in regular contact, let Teamzy tell you, hey, just connect with that person. Just say hi. My favorite script, which is in here, is just, hey, Pamela, just checking in and see if there's anything I can do to make your day today. Simple. There's 3 magical things that happen when you're in regular contact with your customers. Okay, the first one is you feel great about your business. It's good service, true? And you can feel good. Hey, this is a business with integrity based on service. The second thing that happens is this, and this is a statistical fact. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay, let me just say that again so you can write that down and share it with your teams. When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay. So just by being there, just by saying, hey, they're watching you, they're seeing you post, they're interested in other things, but it's not their number one thing. When you're present, then they'll ask. Think about going to an amazing restaurant with your significant other and having a great meal. Think about if everything was perfect, but the server never returned to the table. Could you get another glass of wine, or could you order a dessert? They need to be present, right? They need to be present. And so do you. When you're present, people will order more products. They will add to what they're getting and they'll retain longer. Now, just doing that, the magic thing that's happening right now, Sue, for the team is for all these people who do Teamzy this month on the free trial that are on this call or watching it on replay, you're going to see team volume go up. Not because it's magic, because everybody is more intentional about being in touch with people this month. That's it. It's amazing. Now, how many of you have at least 1 or 2 customers that you love them? You just want more people like that. Anybody have people like that? Yeah, everyone's nodding. Okay, good. Where do you get them? Is there a special place where you can go get them? Is Eric Johnson selling an Instagram training this week on where to get them? No, of course not. The best place to get a new customer is from a current customer. If you already have 1 or 2 customers that you love, guess what? You have everything you need to build a massive organization of customers. That's it. What does a customer do when they love a product? They talk about it. They share it. True? Think about this. Your customer, the one you were thinking about when you guys waved and nodded at me, they're talking about Juice Plus already to their friends and family. They're already doing it. Did you know that 86% of people in North America make purchasing decisions based on a recommendation of a friend? Have you guys heard that? If you haven't heard it, oh, that makes sense. I do that too. So your customers talking to their friends and family about Juice Plus right now, which means the probability of them purchasing Juice Plus is really good. The question is, are you getting introduced to the people they're talking to? And if you're not, it's because you're not in touch. That's step 1. You got to be in regular contact, okay? As you get in regular contact with people, then you just got to ask them, hey, you're getting great results. Is there anybody you care about that you've been talking to about Juice Plus that I need to help? Can you connect me so I can get them the information they need? You guys saw my tower garden that I showed you guys in the beginning. I mean, I don't sell Juice Plus. You guys do. Every single person who comes to my house wants to buy a tower garden. That's happening to your customers too. They're like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. Look at this thing. And then I have, just so you know, by comparison, I have raised flower beds in my backyard, and everything growing in those raised flower beds is like yellow and mildewy and disgusting. And then my tower, which is next to it, is amazing. And it's like, this is what I do. This is my natural giftedness for gardening in the dirt. And here's what the tower does for me. Everyone's like, how do I get this? Cool, right? Your customers are the same way. Just be in touch. Just be in touch. Be available, and those opportunities will open for you. All right, real quick, back to Teamzy. Once I've connected with my customers for the day, my goal was 6, I'm going to toggle over to my distributors. I'm going to connect with my team, right? Same thing, just making their day. Just, hey, I was thinking about you today. How are you? Anything I can do to make your day? Hey, I saw you ranked up. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, you got your first customer. High five, whatever. If you have 2 people on your team, this part will be very easy. If you've got 40,000 people on your team, this part you really need Teamzy for. Does this make sense? But it's super important, you guys, to be in touch with your team. As your team grows, people value the relationship with you even more. And a lot of leaders feel like they can't be in touch with their team because it's too big. But you can at least stay close to your personally sponsored people and the leaders on your team. Let Teamzy help you, because people are not money motivated. Just so you guys know, people are not money motivated. If you read any social science research, the two biggest myths in our society is that people are money motivated and they're self-interested. People are not. When we try to live that way, that's why there's such an epidemic of suicide and anxiety and depression. We are hardwired for relationships and serving and service. How many of you have done service projects, ministry things, and have felt unbelievably happy and lifted up doing that? Guess what? That's the way you were designed. And as leaders in this business, you need to understand, if you want your team to be motivated, what they're motivated by is connection, relationship, especially to you as the leader. And they're motivated by the idea that they're part of something bigger than themselves, the team. So you got to have that relationship with them. Does this make sense? Yeah, people need to eat. As my former mentor used to say, people like to have food with their meals. We all have financial needs, but our true motivation comes from something bigger. Make sense? So we're going to connect with our team. That's why we called it Teamzy, by the way, because the focus is on building your team. Prospects, customers, distributors. Those are your three lists. You bang through those. You guys see, it took me a while to explain it, but do you see how quickly you could make those, send those messages out on a daily basis? This example is 19 people. You could do it in less than 15 minutes, just sending those messages. The fourth list in your power hour is your follow-ups list. Now, you notice on my follow-ups list, there's nobody there automatically. See, the follow-ups list is where we put people. You have to put people there when they're interested. So you're starting conversations by making people's day. They respond. Levi says, hey, man, great to hear from you. Cool. Thanks for reaching out. And I say, yeah, well, what are you guys up to? You got any big plans for the summer? I'm trying to have a conversation. Okay? Just a conversation. Not like, hey, dude, I haven't talked to you since high school, but can I jam these capsules down your throat? I just want to say, hey, like, what's going on? What have you been up to? Oh my gosh. And we're catching up and we're talking. And when you catch up with somebody, you get an opportunity to catch them up on what you're doing. True? So I find out what he's doing. I'm looking for ways to help. I'm listening, seeing if there's anything I do to help him. You know, my example I always give is he complains about the leaky roof. I'm going to connect him with a roofer I know. However I can help. It doesn't have to be about Juice Plus. I'm just looking to invest in the relationship and find ways to help people. By the way, that makes building this business so much fun. But as we're talking, is, well, what about you, dude? What have you been up to? I say, well, you know, I know it's been a long time since we talked. I actually left my corporate career about 4 years ago. I was totally burnt out. I was tired of working for small-minded people, wanted to start my own thing. So I started this network marketing thing on the side, and it's really taken off. Oh, really? How's it going? And I just tell a story. I get to be home with my kids. It's amazing. Oh, wow, that's really cool, right? And I'm going to share with him what I do and why I'm passionate about it. Don't dance around it or hide it. If you went to veterinary school and became a veterinarian, would you tell him? I went to veterinary school and became a veterinarian. Of course, tell him what you do and why you're passionate about it, okay? Because when you share your business this way, people's only response can be, wow, good for you. That's cool, okay? Wow, good for you. That's cool. So you just share. This is what I do. I've gotten healthy. I lost 62 pounds. This is actually my true story. I lost 62 pounds, changed my life. And now I found a passion for helping other people get healthy. And I found I'm pretty good at it. It's pretty cool. And I'm making a living at it. Oh, that's great. So now if he says, oh, that's great, good for you, all I have to do in this conversation is go, hey, Levi, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Do you have any interest in learning more about it? He says, no, thanks, but good for you. That's okay with me. If I reconnected with somebody and he's happy for me, what I'm doing, that's a huge win, because you know what I'm going to do on the way out of this conversation? I'm going to plant the seed. No, thanks, Eric. It's cool for you. I'm not really interested in that. No worries. Hey, Levi, it was great connecting with you. Great reconnecting with you. Could you do me a favor though? If you do come across somebody who could use help with this, could you connect me? Because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. And it would be a great honor for me to take care of any of your friends or family. You know what he'll say? Okay, yeah, all right, sure, I'll do that. Even if he's lying to me, I'll get him to say, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for someone who needs your help. Then I let him flow back into Teamzy. I'll connect with him next time he comes up on my list. Hey man, it's been a while. What are you up to now? We'll keep connecting. We'll keep moving that relationship forward. Now, if he says, sure, I'd like some more information. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little deeper with the conversation, find out what information he needs, and I'm going to invite him to something. Okay? So we're talking, well, he's like, yeah, I need to know about that because I hate my job. I hate my boss. I'd love to be home with my kids. How do I learn more about this? Okay. Listen, now I'm going to invite him to something. So let's say we're having this amazing, I don't know, Facebook event tonight, team Facebook event. We're going to talk about the business. Hey, you're going to be home tonight? I'll send you a link. You can tune into this live Facebook event. We're going to be talking about the business opportunity. You can learn all about it there. If you're around, I'll send you the link. Yeah, send it to me. So how would I invite him in Teamzy? Let me just show you. Right now, Levi's not on my dashboard anymore. So I'm going to have to look him up in this lookup bar. I'm just going to type in part of his name. He's going to pop up there. Okay. I'm going to open up that connect box. Do you see on the bottom left where it says invite? I'm going to click on that because I'm going to move this from off of a connect, which is what I was doing before. And I'm going to now invite him to learn some way about the business. So you can see I've got a few different choices here. I'm going to tag this one as business opportunity meeting. Okay, so now I'm inviting him to that. Let me just put a little note that this is going to be a Facebook Live event he's coming to. Okay, and I'm messaging him the link. Now notice this little calendar here now. It's set off now a follow-up. It's now set a follow-up. Okay, so it's set a follow-up to follow up on him in 2 days. You can create a follow-up for any day in the future, but it gives me like an auto set for 2 days just to be safe. So now I'm logging this Facebook Live event, business opportunity meeting. It's tonight. In 2 days, I'm going to follow up with him, see what questions he has. And when I log this now, you can see it's now set a follow-up on his record. He's due for me to follow up. If I go back to my dashboard, guys, you'll notice a couple things. One, I've got an invite logged. So I got 1 out of 3 for today. Somebody who's interested, I've invited him to something. And now when I go to my follow-ups list, you can see Levi's due on Friday. So when I'm doing my power on Friday, it's going to say, he's due today, follow up with him. By putting him follow up on him, I've moved him off my prospects list. Now he's going to live on my follow-ups list. See, when somebody's interested, you put them on your follow-ups list and you relentlessly follow up. Okay? You relentlessly follow up. And I'm going to explain why that's so important in a second. So how do I do the follow-up? Let me just show you how easy it is to do a follow-up. So when I come down here to my follow-ups list on Friday and I see Levi's due, I do the same thing I was doing with the connects. I'm going to click on scripts, okay? And this time I'm going to get a follow-up script. Look, I've got these in here numbered 1 through 10 for you. So I'm going to grab follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Simple. I've got 10 of these in order, by the way, and you're supposed to do them in order. So after 1, you do 2. After 2, you do 3. Make sense? Change the name. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So simple. Look, I'm going to send this the same way. Send it over on Facebook real quick. There he is. You can even do this faster if you've saved his Facebook link on his Teamzy record. You can just click it. I just haven't done that with him. Okay, so look, so this is all set to go. Now, before I log this, I'm going to set a new follow-up. So let me follow up again with him a couple days after that, okay, and log it. Always set the new follow-up so he stays on my follow-ups list. So next time he's due, I'm going to send him the next follow-up. It only takes a second to do the follow-ups, okay? Only takes a second. Now, real quick, I promised you guys are hanging with me, so I'm going to keep going. I want to teach you guys how to do the follow-up. I showed you how to do it in Teamzy. It was pretty easy, right? Okay. How many of you have heard the words that the fortune's in the follow-up? And it's kind of like, they're kind of like ugly words, right? Nobody wants to hear that because really nobody likes doing the follow-up, do they? How many of you would typically say, if you follow up 3 or 4 times with somebody, it's pretty good? 3 or 4 times is kind of the standard in our industry. And that's why 80% of the leads are wasted. You guys need to know the statistic. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Now, true, 20% of people will follow up in the first 3 or 4 follow-ups. Those are the ones you're getting. The vast majority of people take longer. How many of you, when I tell you need to follow up at least 10 times, are like, ooh. Yeah. I had a mentor that used to call that the involuntary sphincter contraction. Gross, I know. But you get the idea. Here's the thing I want you to know. I know why you don't. Most of you feel that way because you feel like that would be, you would be a pest. How many of you feel like you'd be a pest, you'd be annoying if you followed up 10 times? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do it without being annoying. People will thank you for it. They will love you for it. Okay? I'll teach you right now. It's really simple. But first, I need you to change your mindset. You got to change your mindset on this. How many of you believe this business, Juice Plus, can save lives? It can change people's lives forever between the products and the business opportunity. And that's why you're here. Can you help somebody change their life for themselves and their family if they never commit to even purchasing the products? Not really. And if 80% of them won't do that unless you followed up more, I want you guys to understand something. Following up isn't something that you're doing that's annoying. Following up is how you help people. It's the tool that you have. In fact, this is my mantra is this: following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. You care about people. You guys all raised your hand. Oh my gosh, what an amazing group this is. You all raised your hand and said, we want to change lives. This is how you do it. This is how you love people, is by following up with them. Okay, following up is an act of love. Write it on a little sticky note. Put it in front of your computer where you can see it all the time. Put it on the mirror in your bathroom where you brush your teeth so you see it at least twice a day. Following up is an act of love. Now, here's how to do it. There's 2 principles. If you follow these 2 principles, you will not annoy people. You will not annoy people when you follow up. They will thank you for it. Principle number 1, when you follow up with somebody, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to even respond. Don't ask them to call you. Don't ask them to do anything, okay? They know what they're supposed to do. They just need to be reminded that you're still there. The second principle is this: when you follow up with somebody, trust me on this one, guys. You want to make sure that they can read the message. The message has to be readable. It can't be a voice message. Can't be a video message. They have to be able to read it. Okay? And it needs to be short. 1 or 2 sentences tops. Why? They need to be able to read the whole message on the lock screen notification on their phone without opening it. Okay, so let me just kind of break this down for you really quick. First off, if you ask me I get a message from you, and I'm excited to hear from you because I'm honestly interested in Juice Plus. But I'm busy at this moment because it never comes at the right time, does it? And you're asking me to call you. I'm like, oh, when am I going to do that? I'm annoyed. So don't ask me to do anything. The second piece is, how many of you have small kids or grandkids roaming around? Yeah. So what happens when you get a voice message and you lift your phone up to listen to it? Have you ever noticed that, like, the second you try to do that, kids come out of the walls and like attack you and start screaming? It's impossible. So voice messages always get put off. It's annoying because I can't see what the message is. No matter how busy I am, whether I'm driving my car, whether my kids are screaming, whether the dog is throwing up on the baby, whatever is happening in my life, I still have this desire to know, what does the message say? You guys like that? And so if I can look at my phone and see the message without opening it, because you know why I'm not going to open it, right? Because I can't respond right now. If I open it, you see that I opened it and you're like, what a jerk. He read my message, didn't respond. So nobody's going to open your messages. So don't email me this week and go, Eric, people aren't even reading the messages I'm sending. Yes, they are. They're just not opening them. Follow those 2 things and people will love you. They will love you. Now, if you just use the scripts I put in Teamzy, they follow those rules. Short, sweet, written. Don't ask them to do anything. People will love you. Here's what will happen. 20% will respond in the first 3 and they're great. The rest will nothing, crickets. You'll message them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, nothing. What normal people do is they start creating reasons. They start inventing a story. Oh my gosh. It's because they have no money. I heard the husband is such a jerk. He's probably not letting her do this. There was that storm that knocked out power last week in their town, or there's been flooding at the next state over. They're probably concerned about that. You're making stuff up. People are not responding because they're just busy at that moment. You need to be present. Just keep going. It's usually around the 6th follow-up that I typically would get a response, and it usually will sound like this. And I know I got a couple people like Barry on this call who've been in my program. He could probably testify to this if he's still here. They'll say, thank you so much for following up with me. I'm so sorry I haven't responded. And now you've re-engaged, okay? But I want you to understand, using Teamzy, you're just connecting with people, making their day, you're creating conversations. From those conversations, you're finding people who are interested. You put them on your follow-ups list. You follow up like a pro on those people. The rest of the people may take a little bit more time before you're just going to keep connecting with people. But at the end of the week, if you're doing the numbers that I showed you, my goal is to invite 3 people a day. That's 15 people on my follow-ups list by Friday. Now, even if some of those people take several months to convert, every time I do a power hour, I'm doing the follow-ups for whoever's due today. I'm just following the system, staying in touch with people, staying in touch with people. Does this make sense? Loving on people. And over time, you get those amazing results. Okay, so real quick, let me just give you guys a couple of action steps, and then we'll take some questions. I've got a couple of action steps here in my presentation. Let's see here. Where am I? All right, because we got to take action. I told you guys I'm a professional coach. Got to give you some action steps. First off, go get your free trial started. If you're not already using Teamzy, get your free trial started. It's a no-brainer. It's free. It's 30 days free. Full access, okay, for 30 days free. If you're already in your free trial, set up your subscription so that you don't miss a beat when it, just turn off automatically at the end of 30 days if you don't set up a subscription. So you want to do that. Again, Juice Plus has negotiated a special rate for you. It's $19.95 a month for Teamzy, less than 60 cents a day to have all this organization for you. If you can't make one sale a month using Teamzy, that'll pay for it, okay? I highly recommend for your 30-day free trial, get a 30-day success partner to work with you. Just pick somebody on the team, say, hey, let's do this together. Hold each other accountable, because you know that you sign up for stuff for free and never use it, right? All the time. So get somebody and say, hey, let's do this together. And what I want you to do is each day when you complete your Teamzy dashboard, you're going to get this little 100% you crushed it message from Teamzy. I want you to screen grab that and message it to your partner. Okay? Because on some days you'll have done it and they won't. And they'll get that message and it'll give them a little kick in the booty and they'll go get it done. And it will help you too. Because the key here is being consistent. Those numbers that I showed you guys in the beginning, 21 customers and 9 distributors over 3 months. I mean, that's because people were consistent. All right. And then the last action step I want to give you is mark your calendars for the next Elite Business Bootcamp. That's the 12-week masterclass that we offer at Teamzy. Now, everything that you need to use Teamzy is free in Teamzy. You've got all kinds of training in there. But for those of you who really want to take this to the next level, once a quarter, my business partner, Mike Lopez, and I host a 12-week bootcamp. It's 3 months you spend with us so that each week we can teach you a new skill on relationship marketing to go deeper. This isn't a technical training on Teamzy as much as it is implementing the philosophy that I gave you a little taste of today, how to build those relationships, how to connect with people, how to have great conversations, how to follow up like a pro, all of that. We go into stuff like how to do your social media to build trust. We teach you how to overcome objections with heart. We teach you the difference between leading with love and going for no. So just, so keep an eye out for that. The next one is going to be in July. I think it's July 8th that registration opens up. If you guys get in there right now and do a free trial with Teamzy, you'll be on my email list. And so you'll get the announcement when the next boot camp is open and you can jump into that when you're ready. So make sure that you just kind of put a note on your calendar for July, Teamzy boot camp. So you're ready for that. And by the way, that is something that's done virtually through the internet. So you get to be home doing that on your phone or on your computer. There's videos in there that you'll watch. And then we hold each other accountable to actually doing the work and connecting and doing our power hours each day. So let's go ahead and take some questions. For those of you who hung in there, you troopers, definitely went beyond the 30 minutes promised. That's how I roll. Sorry. My job is to make sure you guys leave knowing you got plenty of value. So if you have questions, what I want you guys to do is just go ahead and unmute and ask, and I'll do my best to answer them as they come up.
Eric, before everybody gets started with the questions, I just wanted to say on behalf of our team, thank you so much. If you took the Teamzy software and completely eliminated it and just turned to you guys for your coaching, your mentality and perception of our business as a relationship management project, what you have to offer is absolutely priceless. So to me, the Teamzy software that you have is just the icing on the cake, because we're sitting here, everything that you're saying is problems that we have with our team personally, and we know come from our team. So just a fantastic job, and let's let the questions start firing away.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to shut this shade. Hold on a second,
guys. I will say for a couple of people left the meeting because of time, but a few of the questions that were popping up had to do with specifics about using whether your follow-ups and your scripts were just as easy with other platforms other than Facebook, Instagram DMing, whether it's Voxer or some of the other platforms of communication out there. Do you transcribe outside of Facebook just as easily?
Absolutely. You would use those same follow-up scripts. In fact, if you went and chose a script for Voxer, you'd get those same scripts. You just use them there. So yeah, absolutely. Again, you're just going to go where you're going to get the best response, right? And so like the worst response is typically email. The best response is in person. So somewhere in between, you figure out where you're going to get the best response and live there with each person, if that makes sense.
Hey, Eric, this is Elizabeth LeDuc, and I joined kind of late, but I just loved what I heard. I'm actually in my car, so I don't have my video on, but I just wanted to ask you a question. Teamzy sounds awesome. I am a pediatrician, so I have something called a wellness coordinator, which is somebody who handles all my orders for my patients. So, I can't really be friends with my patients on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if it would be beneficial for me to have Teamzy for my personal friends. And then, you know what I mean? Like, but I couldn't put my patients that my wellness coordinator handles on Teamzy. So it's a little tricky. And I wondered what you thought about that, if you had any opinions on that.
Your wellness coordinator should be using Teamzy to manage those customers. That's what I think. So,
okay.
If you, for example, if you would use the same Teamzy account, what you could do with the wellness coordinator is they could use tags. Teamzy has a very simple tagging system. They could tag. Right. They could just tag a tag with her name or his name. Sorry, and that way you would know that contact was that person. And so you could have the list of customers that the wellness coordinator is working. They could go through and work. So is the wellness coordinator, just forgive my ignorance, I've heard a couple things about this, but they're also a Juice Plus rep usually, right?
That's right.
Let me just throw in there. We encourage the wellness coordinators on our team who are dealing with a healthcare professional of any kind to begin establishing personal relationships with the clients of the healthcare professional that choose to become customers. So this would work exactly like Eric just said, by them becoming a part of that network and following up on your behalf.
Right. So they could say, this is Eric from Dr. LeDuc's office, checking in on you. How's everything going? Right. And so you start that way. I used to work for a guy named Brian Buffini. For years, this is Eric from Brian Buffini's office. That's how I connected with customers. And then I became my own person, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's Eric Johnson. I mean, so the relationships, it's about the personal connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want to start becoming more personally involved with my customers.
Okay.
Because I want my business to move forward. And so I'm just trying to figure out a way to do that. And so that was my question. I have a lot of patients as my customers, but now I really want a lot of my friends as my customers. And I kind of feel like I should be the one following up with my friends. Does that make sense?
I agree. I think you should too. I know there's a lot
tricky,
Yeah.
Do you have a professional page and a personal page? A lot of business professionals would have, Elizabeth's personal page and then the Dr. LeDuc practice page.
Right.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a practice page and a personal page. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I recently made friends with Dr. Tamara Hunter from Australia. Did you guys see her at conference speak? She was amazing, wasn't she?
Yes.
I think you should friend her and brainstorm a little with her on how she's doing stuff.
Okay. That sounds great.
And just say, hey, I was on a train with Eric. I'm also a physician. He thought maybe we connect. I guarantee you guys will add value to each other's lives by knowing each other.
Can you tell me her last name again?
Hunter.
Dr. Hunter. Okay.
Tamara Hunter.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Eric. This is Caprice Crebar.
Hi. Where'd you go? Wait,
I think you were done with the last person, right?
I think so. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. I actually signed up for Teamzy, I don't know, a year ago when we first started hearing about it. And it was before the negotiated Juice Plus price. And I loaded all of my Facebook, all my databases in there, and I started using it, and I thought it was awesome. I did not continue, though, because I was wishing that there was an application, because I was finding that I was out and about doing business, doing a lot of activity on the go, not just sitting at my computer.
Yeah.
And so then I wanted to have an easy way just to log that right then and there.
Right. Okay, so two things. One, when you start back up today, you will find all your data and everything still there. We haven't deleted it. So when you start up again, it's all there, which is cool.
Yeah, that was my other question. Yeah.
Yeah. The second thing is we don't have an application yet, but it is in development, but we do have a mobile website that's amazing. And the majority of our users are using their phones to do Teamzy. And so if you go to Teamzy on your phone, you'll find that it switches over to a mobile version of the website, which is really quite easy to use. So you can pull it up anywhere where you have your phone.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know you're calling in. Can you see my screen if I share it?
I'm driving.
Okay. So let me just share it with
Yeah.
the rest of you guys real quick. I'll show you what the mobile site looks like real quick. Let me just load this up.
Because I was finding that I wasn't using the mobile website, and I was finding that it was causing me a lot of extra time that I wasn't able to squeeze into my day, because then I'd have to keep track of all the activities I did outside of my office during the day, and then come back and spend, time that evening trying to remember and enter everything that I did. So I really want to do it on the go.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to use your phone. I don't want you having to do homework. Let Teamzy lead you.
Yeah.
Let me log this in real quick. Hold on. I need to actually show up my face. All right. So here's Teamzy mobile for those of you who can see it. I'm on my phone. So look at this. If I want to connect with Eric Johnson, I just click on him. It takes me to the connect box just like it did on my computer. I can get my script. Okay. I can pick up my script,
Yeah, that looks good.
copy it. And then because I'm on my phone, I would just toggle over to text, or I would toggle over to Voxer or whatever app you're going to use. Facebook, toggle over to email.
Wow.
Makes sense? And then I would just toggle back and log it in Teamzy. So you log it as you go, it's done. So definitely.
Has that always been available? Because I
Yes.
thought I went into the website. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That'll change everything.
Yeah, that'll change everything. And we are working on an application. It should be done by fall. It's in full build now, and we're just looking at ways to make it easier. The thing about Teamzy is some of you guys will email me, hey, I wish you did this. Hey, I wish you did that. We're trying to keep it so simple. See, one of the keys is not just helping you, but helping this be something you can duplicate with your team easily too, right? And so we want to keep the focus where it needs to be. Everything I showed you that I want you to do in your power hour, connecting with people, staying in touch with people, following up like a pro, like that's what's important. You know what I mean?
Hey, Eric, this is Alita. Hi. I have a lot of team that's using Teamzy and absolutely love it. Have been on your 12-week course. A couple questions. One of them, I think the input is daunting to me. I mean, I'm 8,000. I'm an event planner too. I mean, that seems like it would be. And then also having to rank every single one of those people. Can we rank them as they come up the stream, or do we have to rank them ahead of time?
Okay, great. Good questions. Really good questions. The first thing I want for any of you who feel the same way that doing the import of your data is daunting, what I want you to do is schedule a one-on-one with my team. Okay. Some of you have done it. Some of you were like, I've done that. That was great. So what they will do is you set aside 30 minutes and they'll come on a Zoom one-on-one. And they'll show you what to do. Now, if you are like, I don't even need to learn this, just do it for me, then you can give them control of your computer and they can go in and do it all for you. They'll put it all in Teamzy for you. So that's what a lot of people do is if you give them control, then they'll take over your mouse and do it for you. So the import will get it done. As far as ranking everybody, you've got 8,000 people. I don't need you to rank all 8,000 people. Remember that people come in as a 3-star automatically when you put them in Teamzy. What I do want you to do, Alita, is I want you just to scan the list and pick your favorite people. Maybe the top 100. Just scan. It doesn't have to be perfect. like you might have missed somebody, but I want you just to go through and look for the best people, the warmest people, because here's what will happen if you don't. And then yes, you can rank as you go, but if you don't at least do that, Teamzy will start in a random place. It won't start with the best people, and they won't cycle quicker. So if you have 5,000 people, and let's say you're really good and you're consistent and you're doing it every day, it's still going to take you 8 months to get to your favorite person if you haven't ranked them up. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
So here's what I want you to think of it like. I just moved into a new home in October, and it was incredibly stressful. You guys relate? You've moved, how stressful it is to move? And this was an exciting move for me because it's the home we've been dreaming about for years, and it's the culmination of all this hard work, but yet it was so stressful. So I want you to think about how, you're moving. That's the daunting feeling that you're having. You're moving into your dream home. Teamzy's your dream home. Ranking your people is like unpacking the kitchen. Okay? If you decide that you're just going to unpack each day what you need for dinner, it's going to be a lot of work. Like if you need to cook and you're like, I don't have a spatula, I got to dig through all these boxes and find a spatula. Oh my gosh, I need a frying pan. So once you get it unpacked once, now you're ready to cook every day. Does that make sense? So you just got to get through that. And what I would recommend you do is find some music that you find relaxing, not too relaxing. You don't want to fall asleep. Maybe an adult beverage, and sit down with that list and just scan it and look for your favorite people. And, I joked, I've got the complete Frank Sinatra recordings. Get it done.
So is there a way to pull them off your cell phone too? Is there a way to pull them off your cell phone for them?
There is. If you go to the Help Center in Teamzy, there's some instructions on how to do that.
Okay. And then you mentioned something about go in order with the follow-up questions. How do you know that the last one you did was number 1 or 4 or 15? You have to go back into your Facebook where you originally texted them and find out what that exact one was and then search back.
You can do that. Or if you're in Teamzy, look, you can't see it, but if you just click on activity, it shows you your last messages that you sent. So
well, how do you know that's number 1?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't. You would just say, okay, hi, Levi, just checking in like I promised I would, was the last one I sent, and then you just go to your scripts and get the next one.
Okay.
It'll take you 1 second to figure that out.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure. Any other questions?
Eric, it's Caprice. I have one more. I remember when using it that sometimes you get the 5 people, prospects pop up on your list. And I guess it was chicken or something because they were somebody that I hadn't talked to or didn't even really recognize. And so I didn't know what message to send. So I wanted to skip them. So what happened? How do you skip them and where do they go? They just go back into the cycle for another 3 months, whatever their rating is?
Well, you can skip them for 7 days. There's a skip 1 week button there.
Oh, okay.
So sorry, the sun is setting right on my face here. There's a skip for 7 days button. Now, here's what I will tell you. Just send the message anyways. It'll only take you a second. I'm going to share this with you. This is a post from this morning, from boot camp this morning, that somebody posted, Vanessa from our group. She says, just want to give a big shout out to Eric and Mike. I've seen success just in sharing with people I'm comfortable with in my 1 year with Juice Plus. But this making new contacts every day voodoo is working. She says, I've had, right? She says, I've had new people place orders, new people join, and new people coming to my events that I would not have contacted had I not been inspired with this boot camp. If you aren't doing it, do it. I love the videos along the way. I love my support team who keeps me accountable and ready to press on. So she's in boot camp, so she's got another layer of accountability. But the point here is she's being amazed at how just kind of like you said, getting over that being chicken and just sending that message has opened so many doors. Remember, and I know I'm way off to the side to get away from the sun. Remember that you're not cold messaging them to join Juice Plus or whatever. You're messaging them just a friendly make your day message. And a lot of people you haven't talked to in years, they're excited to hear from you. They've likely been watching you on Facebook. It's kind of Facebook and Instagram. It's kind of like we're looking in other people's windows and we know what they're doing, but we're not connecting. Does that make sense? It's like we're aware.
So how would you suggest messaging someone? And maybe there is a script for, when I don't recognize someone. I mean, I have no idea how I know them. What would you say? Just how did we meet? Just check it.
The script that I like for that is number 2. It's connect number 2 in Teamzy, and it goes something like this. It's hey Caprice, I saw you cross my Facebook feed and thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope you're doing
Oh, okay.
well. Now,
good one.
It's so easy, right? Because it's like we're Facebook friends, and I will tell you, I have had people say to me, "How do I know you?" And I said, "It's so funny. I didn't know how I knew you either. That's why I messaged you. But I figured we're Facebook friends, so I should say hi." And then we got into a great conversation. We actually had a back and forth in this example, 5 or 6 ways, trying to figure out how we knew each other. We couldn't figure it out. Well, did you know this person? Did you work here? Or I worked here? Or this is industry I'm in? We couldn't figure out what we had in common. But by the end of it, we were comfortable, and then we just started talking. Does that make sense? So I would just send it. Saw you cross my Facebook feed. How are you? Or the other one is, hey, it's been forever since we connected. It's been forever. How are you? Simple.
Okay, that makes sense.
Don't overthink. This is the thing I always tell people in my boot camps. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. You could have sent 3 messages in the overthinking moment. Right? All right, let's take one more question, and then I'll send you guys on your way. I've got to do another webinar here in a few minutes. Any others?
Eric, you had said that at one point you said save Facebook link in his record. You hadn't saved Levi's Facebook link in his record. What does that mean, and can you show us how to do that?
Yeah, so if you once you get into Teamzy, this will save you a little bit of time. Let me open up Google Chrome here and show you. So look, if I'm on Levi's Facebook page, see that's his link, facebook.com/Levi Burdick, right? See it up there right there?
Yeah.
So if I copy that link, and now on Teamzy, if I go to Levi's record, I could save that for next time. So right here in his data, like this was where I'd have all of his contact information. Right here on Facebook, I could just paste that in there. Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So now when he comes up on the dashboard.
As a matter of fact, everybody should go ahead and do this right now. Just go ahead and
save his. So look, when I go to do my follow-up with Levi, I can go to details right here and see where it says Facebook. If I click that, it jumps me directly to his Facebook page. I don't have to search him. It's just a little shortcut thing. Now, I wish when we designed Teamzy, I wanted all those links to automatically be put in there when you did your Facebook import, but Facebook prevents you from doing that for obvious reasons, I guess. Because think of all the damage you could do if you could export all those links. So you have to put them in manually as you go. So I don't even, I would search him the first time, message him, and while I'm there, I would just grab that and quickly put it in his record. Does that make sense? So it's there next time. But again, even if I have to search, I mean, Facebook knows who your friends are. So when you start to type the letters of one of your friends' names, they come up really fast. So hopefully that helps.
Thank you.
Sure. There's a million little things, little tidbits like that, obviously, in the intro to Teamzy you guys aren't going to get. But what I want you guys to do is just get your free trial in there, and just if you could just do the basic stuff I showed you tonight, you're going to be hitting home runs in your business. And then as time goes, you'll get a little deeper cut, and you'll learn a little bit more. You get on some more webinars, and you'll learn a little bit more about what the platform can do. So let me just say thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to talk to you guys today. I will get the recording rendered up here later tonight and sent over to you, Levi, so that you can post it up for everybody. But thank you all for having me. God bless you all. Thanks again, and have an awesome night.
Thank you so much, Eric, one more time.
Thanks so much. Enjoyed it.
Good night, guys.
Night.